Hey, fourth graders, welcome back to Math Time. Today we're going to be talking about equivalent fractions. This is something that's come up in our past lessons, but we're going to be diving deeper into it today. Now, if we look here, up here I have a bar model that is split into thirds, and I've represented it as 2/3 because I have boxed up 2 of the 3 thirds in pink. Down here I have my whole broken up into ninths, and if you count, I've boxed up 6 of the 9 rectangles, if you will, representing the fraction 6/9. Now again, up here, 2/3, down here, 6/9. Two completely different fractions, but when I look at this, it kind of looks like they're the same fraction because they both kind of line up to the same length on our whole rectangle. Now, how could 2/3 and 6/9 be the same fraction? We're going to talk about that. So right over here, I have 2/3 and I have 6/9. I want you guys to take a look at these two fractions and tell me how you might be able to figure out that they are equivalent. Okay, I want you to pause. I want you to pause the video and take a look and try to figure out why they are equivalent. My hint for you is think about multiplication. Think about multiplication. Okay, pause the video. Hopefully you did have some time to think about my last question there, but here are the fractions now. I had 2/3 and 6/9. Now I need to look for one specific number to multiply by my first numerator here and to multiply that same number by my first denominator here. If I can find the same number to multiply the numerator by and the denominator by and still get 6/9, then these two will be equivalent. Now I know that 2 times 3 equals 6. Okay, that means if 3 could fit down here, then these two fractions are equivalent. So 3 times 3 does in fact equal 9, which tells me that 2/3 is equivalent to 6/9. All right, let's practice that a little bit. If I have the fraction 3/8, and I'm trying to figure out what the fraction 3/8 is equivalent to if the numerator is 6. Okay, now we're going to stick with that same type of method that we did with the last problem, where I need to find one specific number to multiply the numerator by, and that same specific number to multiply the denominator by. Okay, I already know what my numerator is here for my second fraction, so I need to figure out a number that 3 times something equals 6. Okay, so I know that 3 times 2 equals 6, which means in order to find out what my denominator is right here, I need to do 8 times that same number that I did up here. 8 times 2 equals 16, which means that 3/8 is equivalent to 6/16. All right, 2 more problems, and I'm going to send you on your way to work on your math assignment for today. If I have 1/5 and 6/25, are those two fractions equivalent? And if I have 2/3 and 10/15, are those two fractions equivalent? Pause the video now and see if you can get a yes or a no answer for either one of these here, and you're going to have to be able to explain why. All right, again, just like any of these other problems that we've been working on today, I'm looking for one specific number to multiply my numerator by and my denominator by. And if that one specific number is the same, then the two fractions are equivalent. Okay, so starting with this top one here, 1/5 and 6/25, I know that 1 times 6 equals 6. So if I can multiply 5 times 6 to get 25, then these are going to be equivalent. But sadly, we know that 5 times 6 doesn't equal 25. It equals 30. So in this case, 1/5 and 6/25 are not equivalent fractions. And down here, I have 2/3 and 10/15. I know that 2 times 5 equals 10. So that means if 3 times that same number, 5, equals 15, then these two fractions are equivalent. 3 times 5 does equal 15. So 2/3 and 10/15 are equivalent fractions. All right, you have just a couple math book problems to work on today, but also another equivalent fractions sheet that I would like you to work on. If you are able to print it, you may print it and work on it. But if you are not able to print it, then just look at the sheet on your computer, but then write down your answers on a separate lined sheet of paper. Hey guys, I'll see you later. Let me know if you have any questions, and wash your hands.